Stop. Don't scroll. Last night, while you were sleeping, an assignment against your home was intercepted. Your guardian angel stepped in, and you need to know exactly what was stopped before this day ends. Chosen one, I know exactly what you have been carrying. I see the deep spiritual exhaustion that has been draining your strength, day after day, night after night. You have been trying to rationalize it, blaming it on stress, a busy schedule, or the weight of your daily responsibilities, but your spirit knows the absolute truth. This isn't just a restless night. It's the tossing and turning at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling while your mind races with scenarios you cannot control. It is that unexplained heaviness on your chest, a literal suffocating pressure, that makes you wake up feeling like you fought a physical war in the dark. You close your eyes seeking rest, but you wake up more exhausted than when you laid down. Your body is screaming for relief, but the battlefield has moved right into your bedroom. And because the night is stolen from you, the day becomes a profound struggle. You carry that morning confusion and clouded judgment into your work, into your responsibilities, and into your calling. Every decision feels like you are wading through deep water. You are a person of sharp mind and strong faith. Yet lately you find yourself second-guessing everything. The spiritual exhaustion is bleeding into your physical reality, making every step feel impossibly heavy, as if an unseen weight is constantly trying to drag you down and derail your entire week before it even begins. And it doesn't stop with your mind and body. It is creeping into your sanctuary. You have felt that unexplained tension in your house, haven't you? That heavy atmosphere that seems to sharply spike the moment the sun goes down and darkness sets in. Words are misunderstood, tempers flare out of nowhere, and the peace of your home feels incredibly fragile. This is not a natural occurrence, chosen one. This is a highly calculated nocturnal ambush. These are unseen spiritual assignments and traps set by the adversary right at your doorstep, targeting your family precisely when you are resting and most vulnerable. He knows he cannot defeat you in the light of day, so he waits for the midnight hour. But heaven does not sleep, and heaven does not abandon its own. Last night, an unseen shield was activated. An invisible battle raged right at your doorstep, and a guardian was dispatched to intercept an attack meant to completely derail you. You didn't hear the clash, you didn't see the spiritual warfare, but the covering of the Most High blocked the blow. And because you survived the night, you are here to receive the revelation of what happens next. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you 3 things. First, I will show you why you've been waking up with a heavy chest and unexplained anxiety in the middle of the night, so this cycle of spiritual warfare finally makes sense. Second, I'm going to release 3 words over your life right now, and the third will reveal the exact trap that was dismantled at 3 a.m. Third, I will declare 3 names over your home to seal this protection. If you scroll away now, you leave without the seal. There is a 4th thing being handed to you today, a key that the heavens are dropping into your hands to ensure you never sleep unprotected again. A divine instrument that will permanently station a watchman at your door. I will return to this. For now, just hold it in your spirit. Before I deliver the first word, you need to realize something vital about the sheer vulnerability of the night. Do not feel weak because the darkness has felt heavy. Even the strongest kings, the most powerful prophets, and the greatest warriors experienced this exact same spiritual warfare in their sleep. They knew that when the physical eyes close, the spirit realm opens wide. They required divine intervention to survive the night. But Solomon, the wisest king to ever walk the earth, did not just pray for morning to come. Solomon left, recorded a 2-minute key, a precise instrument of divine wisdom designed to recognize these unseen battles, command peace over your household, and activate the angelic barrier. Keep this in the back of your mind, because recognizing the cycle of this midnight exhaustion without having the instrument that Solomon left is like receiving the diagnosis without the treatment. It leaves you exposed. It is knowing the adversary is at the door, but not having the lock to secure it. You cannot just know the enemy. You must have the weapon to dismantle his assignments. Let me ask you directly, chosen one. How many times have you closed your eyes only to feel a sudden, suffocating anxiety flood your mind? entirely unprovoked? How many mornings have you woken up more tired than when you laid down, physically drained by unseen battles that you didn't even know you were fighting? How often have you felt that heavy, oppressive atmosphere settle over your family the moment the lights go out, turning your place of rest into a place of tension? Why do you think the adversary targets your unbroken sleep, waiting for the exact hour you cannot defend yourself? And how much longer can your body and mind endure this spiritual exhaustion before it breaks your focus completely? You cannot fight a spiritual battle with physical exhaustion. You cannot protect your home with clouded judgment. The adversary relies on your weariness. He banks on the fact that you will just accept this nocturnal ambush as normal insomnia. But heaven is interrupting that cycle today. This is exactly why the heavens are moving right now to place the code of Solomon's wisdom into your hands. This is the instrument of deliverance that shifts you from being a target in the dark to possessing the absolute authority to command rest. It is the divine lamp that permanently stations the midnight watchman at your door, ensuring unbroken peace for you and your family. If you are ready to dismantle these nocturnal traps and step entirely into the covering of divine protection, if you are tired of fighting alone in the dark, I want you to go to the comments right now and type Amen. Type it as a loud decree in the spirit realm that your nights of tossing and turning end today. Now listen closely to the first word. Listen closely to the first word. But before I release this revelation over your life, I need a physical decree from your hands. The spirit realm does not respond to passive agreement. It responds to bold authority. If you are exhausted from fighting these unseen battles, if you refuse to let your home be the target of another nocturnal ambush, I want you to go to the comments right now and type Amen. Type it not as a simple religious word, but as a definitive ironclad boundary in the spirit realm, declaring that your nights of tossing and turning are officially over. Now, receive this. The adversary does not attack randomly. He follows a highly calculated sequence. There are 5 distinct signs that your unbroken sleep is being intercepted, and you need to recognize them right now. The first sign is that sudden, suffocating heaviness on your chest that jolts you awake at exactly 3 a.m. You open your eyes to the dark, and before your mind can even process the hour, your heart is racing as if you have just fought a brutal physical war. You have tried to rationalize it, telling yourself it is just stress or daily responsibilities. But deep down you feel the invisible clash happening right at your doorstep. Your body is reacting to an unseen shield being battered in the spiritual realm. The adversary knows that if he can disrupt your rest at the midnight hour, he can completely drain the strength you need for the day ahead. The second sign is the profound, lingering confusion that clouds your judgment the moment you finally step out of bed. You may have closed your eyes for hours, but you wake up feeling like you were dragged through deep water, making every morning decision feel impossibly heavy. Because the night was stolen from you, you carry that deep spiritual exhaustion into your workplace and your calling. You are a chosen one, gifted with sharp intuition, yet lately, you find yourself second-guessing every single step. This is a deliberate tactic to derail your entire week before it even begins, ensuring you start your day feeling defeated. The third sign, and this is the one that grieves heaven the most, is the unexplained tension that floods your home the second the sun goes down. Have you noticed how the atmosphere sharply shifts as darkness sets in? How patience disappears, how tempers flare over absolutely nothing, and how the peace of your family feels instantly fragile. This is a targeted nocturnal ambush against your sanctuary. The adversary uses your shared spiritual exhaustion to turn your place of rest into a battleground, stepping into your living room to fracture the foundation of your family while you are too tired to fight back. The fourth sign is the creeping, paralyzing sense of anxiety that settles in your bedroom right before you close your eyes. The moment you lay your head on the pillow, instead of finding rest, your mind begins to race with terrifying scenarios and problems that do not even exist yet. He wants you to feel sheer vulnerability, precisely where you should feel the most secure. By filling your final waking moments with fear, he ensures your spirit remains agitated, actively preventing the angelic guardians from establishing that 360-degree barrier around you. The fifth sign is the heavy, isolating lie that you are entirely alone in this fight. It is the subtle whisper trying to convince you that this deep spiritual exhaustion is just your new normal, a heavy burden you are simply destined to carry. The adversary wants you to stop looking for a way out. He wants you to accept the heavy chest, the morning confusion, and the family tension as permanent fixtures. Because the moment you accept the nocturnal ambush as normal, you stop seeking the divine intervention required to survive the night. But you do not have to carry this unseen weight for one more night, chosen one. Heaven has already intercepted the assignment against your home, and now it is handing you the exact instrument to dismantle these traps permanently. That is why the Code of Solomon's Wisdom, the divine lamp that permanently stations the midnight watchman at your door, is waiting for you right now in the first pinned comment. It is the blueprint of divine protection designed specifically to shield your unbroken sleep and restore your absolute authority over your household. And beyond our digital book, Chosen One, you have here another way to strengthen this message that reached your home today and to make it reach more and more chosen ones like you. We don't receive a single cent for every word I deliver to you here on this channel every day. As a way for you to give back something of what you receive here, we keep a voluntary donation link open right below the digital book in the first pinned comment. Any amount that fits your hand today, any sum your heart points to, that's what keeps our channel standing. That's what makes the next message reach another person who needs it, exactly as you needed it. I'll wait for you there, chosen one. Now, come back to me. Do not let your focus drift because the adversary is watching exactly how you respond to this exposure. He knows that his nocturnal ambush has been brought into the light, and his power is already beginning to break. But recognizing these 5 signs and knowing about the instrument of deliverance is not enough. You cannot fight deep spiritual exhaustion with mere observation. You must step into the covering of divine protection. The unseen shield is ready to be raised, but heaven requires your deliberate action to activate it. The Code of Solomon's Wisdom is not just a collection of ancient words. It is the key that locks your door in the spiritual realm. It is the wisdom to command peace over your family when the sun goes down, ensuring that no unholy assignment crosses your threshold. The guardian angels are stationed at the door, waiting for you to light the divine lamp. The adversary is hoping you will simply scroll away, returning to another night of tossing and turning. But you are a chosen one. You stand your ground. You take hold of the wisdom Solomon left behind, and you prepare to receive the 3 words that will change the atmosphere of your home forever. And what comes now will explain why everything happened in this exact order. Because heaven watched you toss and turn at 3 a.m. Heaven saw the deep spiritual exhaustion weighing heavily on your chest, night after night. And heaven knew that simply telling you about the spiritual warfare was not enough. To know the enemy without having the weapon to defeat him is to remain a prisoner. You need the divine instrument to stop it. That is why the Code of Solomon's Wisdom has been released into your hands today. This is not a simple collection of verses, chosen one. It is not a motivational text meant to make you feel good for an hour. This is the precise, divine spiritual architecture that Solomon used to secure his kingdom from unseen nocturnal ambushes. It is the pure divine wisdom needed to recognize these unseen battles that happen while you sleep. It is the absolute authority required to command peace and rest over your household, knowing with absolute certainty that the guardian angels are permanently stationed at your door. You have been fighting this war with sheer physical exhaustion, dragging your tired body through the day, trying to survive the morning confusion and the clouded judgment caused by those nocturnal spiritual battles. But from this night forward, you will fight it with divine authority. When you access this code, that suffocating heaviness on your chest will begin to dissipate immediately. You will no longer wake up more exhausted than when you laid down. The heavy atmosphere in your house, that unexplained tension that seems to spike sharply the moment the sun goes down and darkness sets in, will be completely dismantled. You will walk into your bedroom not as a victim of a nocturnal ambush, not as someone bracing for another night of unprovoked anxiety, but as the absolute authority over your sanctuary. You will declare the covering of the Most High over your bed, and the darkness will have no choice but to retreat. You will finally experience what the ancient prophets called unbroken sleep. You will no longer wake up feeling like you fought a physical war in the midnight hour. The adversary's carefully laid traps, which he sets while you are sleeping and most vulnerable, will be blocked. He will be intercepted before he even crosses your threshold, broken by the angelic barrier surrounding your home. And the price to secure this absolute deliverance for your home. It is less than a Thursday lunch at the diner. Imagine laying your head on the pillow tonight. Instead of that familiar, suffocating pressure on your chest, instead of the racing thoughts and the sudden unprovoked fear, you feel a profound unseen shield wrapping around your entire room. You feel a deep, heavy peace descending over your family, silencing every whisper of the adversary. That is exactly what the Code of Solomon's wisdom establishes. It is the definitive end of the spiritual exhaustion that has been draining your days and stealing your peace. You might be thinking you can just pray harder, or perhaps endure this season until it eventually passes on its own. But hear me, the adversary relies entirely on your weariness. He banks on the fact that you will just accept this nocturnal ambush as normal insomnia, stress, or a busy mind. But heaven is interrupting that cycle today. You need the specific keys. The recognition of the attack without the instrument of defense leaves you exactly where you have always been, exposed in the dark. And Solomon didn't just leave the theory of how to be protected. Inside the Code of Solomon's wisdom, you will also receive the first essential instrument, the ritual of the righteous sleep. This specific, powerful guide will teach you the exact decrees to seal your bedroom against any spiritual assignment before your eyes even close. It is the definitive line drawn in the spirit realm that tells the adversary your home is no longer accessible. And you will also receive the second instrument, the awakening of clarity, the 7 morning decrees. This will command your day the moment your feet touch the floor, ensuring that by the time you step out the door, the battle for your mind and your decisions is already won. Your judgment will no longer be clouded. All of this, the complete code and both divine instruments, for less than a Thursday lunch at the diner. Perhaps the adversary is whispering in your ear right now, trying to stop you. He is terrified of what happens when a chosen one takes back their authority. Perhaps he is whispering, "I've already tried everything to fix my sleep," or "This is just another digital book," or "I am too exhausted to read anything new right now." Hear me clearly, chosen one. You don't need endless hours, you need divine authority. You have already tried everything in the physical realm, the teas, the routines, the doctors, and the spiritual heaviness remains. This is not just a book, it is a permanent midnight watchman stationed at your door. The adversary is whispering these things because he knows that if you click that link, his access to your nights is permanently revoked. Even the strongest kings and prophets experienced sheer vulnerability in their sleep, requiring divine intervention to survive the night. Do not let pride or doubt keep you in the cycle of spiritual exhaustion. This isn't just a promise I am making to you. This is a reality that is already happening right now for chosen ones just like you. Think of Michael, 41 years old, sitting in his living room long after his family had gone to sleep, fighting a suffocating anxiety every single night. His body was failing. His mornings were a blur of confusion. He applied the Code of Solomon's wisdom. Now he sleeps deeply through the night and his mornings are incredibly sharp. As he told us, "The war in my bedroom ended the night I used the code." Think of Sarah, 39, exhausted to her core, watching her children absorb the unexplained tension in their home after dark. She saw the spiritual attacks bleeding into her family's peace. She started using the ritual of the righteous sleep. The heavy atmosphere vanished completely. The peace returned to her sanctuary, and her children began to sleep peacefully again. Her words were, "My house finally feels like a sanctuary, not a battlefield." And think of David, 52, whose crucial decisions at work were deeply clouded by the sheer spiritual exhaustion of 3 a.m. wake-ups. He was on the verge of losing everything he built because his mind was under constant nocturnal ambush. He began declaring the awakening of clarity, the 7 morning decrees. His focus returned instantly, his mind cleared, and the nocturnal ambush stopped right at the door. He said, "I didn't just get my sleep back, I got my mind back." These are chosen ones exactly like you, who simply decided they would no longer fight alone in the dark. They stepped into the covering of divine protection by accepting the provided instrument of wisdom and sealing their homes. They stopped trying to rationalize the spiritual attacks and started using the absolute authority heaven provided. They stopped being victims of the midnight hour and became the gatekeepers of their own peace. Now it is your turn, chosen one. The code of Solomon's wisdom, along with the ritual of the righteous sleep and the awakening of clarity, the 7 morning decrees, is waiting for you right now in the first pinned comment below this video. Go to the comment section, click the secure link, acquire your copy, and let the Midnight Watchman take his post at your door tonight. Do not delay this decision. You have absolutely nothing to lose because this comes with a complete guarantee. But you have all your peace, your unbroken sleep, and your family's spiritual sanctuary to gain. Do not let another night pass unprotected. Do not let the adversary steal another hour of your rest or cloud another morning of your life. The heavens have provided the instrument. Now you must stretch out your hand and take it. And there is a fourth thing that nobody has told you yet, a revelation about what happens when this shield is fully activated in your home. I will reveal it shortly, but first you must secure your foundation. And before I deliver the next word that's still coming now, because it's still coming and it weighs, I want to remind you of one thing, chosen one. As I told you earlier, beyond the digital book that's in the first pinned comment, there's that voluntary donation link open, right below the book. We continue receiving not a single cent for every word I deliver here for you every day. That's why this link exists, chosen one, so that another person tomorrow finds exactly this word that found you today. Any amount your heart points to. Each gesture like that keeps our channel standing and makes the next message reach whoever needs it, exactly as it reached you today. And one more thing before we return to the message, I want you to know the following. From time to time here on our channel, I record a special honor video. A thank you video with a special word only to recognize the chosen ones who donated the most and those who acquired the digital book. All who sustained this word with me deserve that mention of gratitude for such a generous act. You sow here, heaven remembers you up there, and I remember you down here. I'll wait for you there at the link, again, chosen one. You have felt that heavy, oppressive atmosphere creeping into your sanctuary, that nocturnal ambush trying to break you when you're most tired. You have been fighting a war with your eyes closed, battling a suffocating anxiety that you could not name. But the third word I promised to release over your life, the revelation that explains exactly what was dismantled at 3 a.m. last night, is here. It is a word heaven reserved for this exact moment of your spiritual exhaustion, and it changes absolutely everything about how you will lay your head to rest tonight. That word, chosen one, is tzina. It is an ancient Hebrew word, often simply translated as a buckler or a shield. But when the prophets and kings spoke of the tzina, they were not talking about a flat piece of metal you hold up with your tired arms to block a single arrow. Tzina is something far more profound. It is a shield that fully surrounds you. It is the ancient, unbreakable promise of an angelic 360-degree barrier that completely envelops your physical body, your mind, and your spirit. This tzina is designed for the exact moment of your greatest vulnerability. It is a divine perimeter that intercepts the unseen spiritual assignments and the hidden traps set by the adversary while you are completely unaware in your sleep. When you are tossing and turning, when that unexplained heaviness on your chest tries to suffocate your peace, the tzina is the covering heaven activates to block the blow. It is the ultimate defense against the spiritual warfare that targets your unbroken sleep. Solomon understood this deep mystery better than anyone. As the wisest king to ever walk the earth, he knew a crown of gold could not protect his mind when his eyes finally closed. He understood the sheer vulnerability of the night. He knew that even the strongest leaders and the greatest warriors experience this terrifying exposure in their sleep. He recognized that the adversary always waits for the midnight hour, precisely when you are too physically drained to fight back, to launch his most devastating nocturnal ambushes. But Solomon did not just pray for the morning to come, He was granted the divine wisdom to recognize these unseen battles as they formed. He possessed the absolute authority to command peace and rest over his entire household. He knew exactly how to activate the Tsina. He understood he didn't have to stay awake guarding his own soul, because he knew how to ensure guardian angels were permanently stationed at his door. He walked in a spiritual deliverance that completely neutralized the darkness. Listen to this allegory, chosen one, because it is the exact picture of what is happening in your home. Picture the midnight watchman. You are like a house standing in the dead of a bitter spiritual winter. The spiritual exhaustion you feel is the freezing wind relentlessly battering your walls. But there is a watchman. Last night, while you were asleep, battling that heavy chest and anxious dreams, an invisible, violent battle raged right at your doorstep. A guardian was dispatched from the throne room to intercept a highly calculated attack, an attack meant to completely derail your entire week, to bring devastating morning confusion, and to inject unexplained tension into your family. The adversary tried to cross the threshold of your sanctuary under the cover of darkness. But the midnight watchman stood firm. The blow was intercepted. The trap was shattered before it could even touch you. Your guardian angel stepped in and held the line while you slept. The profound tragedy is that you have been trying to fight this nocturnal ambush without knowing the watchman is there, and without giving him the light he needs. You have been trying to survive the night in your own fading strength, waking up feeling more drained and anxious than the day before. But the instrument you are being handed today, the Code of Solomon's Wisdom, is the divine lamp for the watchman. This instrument permanently stations this midnight watchman at your door. It is the exact wisdom Solomon used to seal the Tsina around his palace. When you possess this code, it ensures the heavy atmosphere that spikes after dark is completely eradicated by the blinding light of divine protection. It guarantees the spiritual warfare attempting to drain your family is intercepted long before it reaches your mind, granting you the unbroken sleep your body is screaming for. Think of the seed buried in the deep ground during the harshest winter. It looks completely dead. The soil is heavy. The night is long and the pressure is immense. You have felt exactly like that seed, buried under the weight of this spiritual exhaustion, feeling vulnerable in the dark. But the winter is breaking. The seed of your deliverance has been planted. The harvest of your unbroken peace is ready to break through the soil, but it requires the warmth of this divine wisdom to bloom. This is why heaven is moving to place this code into your hands right now. It is not an accident that your guardian angel stepped in last night to block that attack, and it is not a coincidence that you are hearing my voice in this exact moment. Heaven intercepted the blow so you could wake up today and finally receive the instrument that stops the cycle forever. You are being reactivated. The days of waking up as a casualty of an unseen war are coming to an end. You are being called, right in this moment, to step fully into the covering of this divine protection. By accepting this provided instrument of wisdom, you are not just learning a new prayer, you are sealing your home. You are shifting your spiritual posture from being an exhausted victim of the midnight hour to becoming the absolute commander of your sanctuary's peace. You are taking hold of the Yatsina, allowing that angelic 360-degree barrier to completely envelop your family. And what comes next is going to explain to you exactly why everything happened in this precise order. And what comes now will explain why everything happened in this exact order in your life recently. Before we move into the diagnosis of your specific situation, I need to lay down 4 undeniable facts. These are not just observations. These are spiritual laws operating behind the scenes, completely undetected. Heaven wants you to see the architecture of this attack clearly, so you never fall into the exact same trap again. Listen to these 4 realities carefully, chosen one, because they map out the exact strategy the adversary has been using against your sleep. Fact number 1. The deep spiritual exhaustion you have been carrying is not a physical condition. It is a highly strategic drain on your calling. The adversary knows that if he depletes your energy during the night, you will not have the strength for your divine assignments during the day. Fact number 2. The midnight hour is chosen deliberately. When your conscious mind rests, your spiritual defenses require angelic intervention. The adversary attacks when you are supposedly resting because that is when you are practically the most vulnerable. Fact number 3. The heavy atmosphere and sudden spikes of tension in your house after dark are the direct residue of these unseen battles. The spiritual warfare leaves an energetic footprint that disrupts the peace of your family, turning your sanctuary into a place of conflict. Fact number 4. Stepping into the covering of divine protection requires more than just awareness. It requires deliberate action. You must accept the provided instrument of wisdom and actively seal your home against these incursions. If you understand these 4 facts, chosen one, the fog begins to lift. But recognizing the facts is only the foundation. Now I need to speak directly to the specific way this nocturnal ambush has manifested in your life. In the realm of spiritual warfare, the adversary tailors his attacks to the unique calling of the chosen one. There are 3 distinct ways this midnight assignment operates. As I describe them, I want you to identify which one has been draining you, because the moment you name the attack, you strip it of its power to operate in the shadows. The first manifestation is the physical assault in the darkness. You are the one who experiences the literal tossing and turning at 3 a.m. You lie down physically exhausted, but the moment the lights go out, an unexplained heaviness drops right onto your chest. It feels like a suffocating pressure, a weight making it difficult to breathe naturally. You wake up feeling like you fought a fierce war in the dark. If this is you, the adversary is attacking your physical endurance to make you surrender your spiritual ground. The second manifestation targets your mind and your authority. You are the one who wakes up carrying an immense cloud of confusion. The nocturnal spiritual battles leave a residue of doubt that bleeds directly into your morning. Every decision feels like wading through deep water, and your normally sharp judgment becomes clouded. You find yourself battling anxiety over things you used to handle with unwavering faith. He is trying to paralyze your destiny by exhausting your mind while you sleep. The third manifestation is the attack on your sanctuary. You notice that the atmosphere in your home changes the moment the sun goes down. Unexplained tension arises, tempers flare out of nowhere, and the peace of your family feels incredibly fragile. The adversary knows that if he can turn your place of rest into a battlefield, you will have nowhere left to recharge. He sets these traps at your doorstep, targeting those you love most, trying to break your spirit through the heavy atmosphere in your own house. No matter which of these 3 manifestations has been attacking your life, the time for being a passive target ends tonight. I told you at the beginning of this message that I would declare 3 names over your home to seal this divine protection. This is the moment of sealing. I am establishing a spiritual perimeter around your life. These are the 3 names that will reconfigure the atmosphere of your bedroom and permanently station the angelic watchman at your door. The first name I declare over your life and your home is the anchor of unbroken rest. I decree that from this night forward, your bed will no longer be an arena of spiritual warfare. The tossing and turning at 3 a.m. is commanded to cease. The suffocating heaviness on your chest is shattered right now by the authority of the Most High. Your sleep will be deep and restorative. You will lie down in peace and wake up with your strength entirely renewed, anchored in absolute divine protection. The second name I release over you is the shield of the midnight hour, the Tzina. I declare that the 360-degree angelic barrier is activated around your mind and your family. Every unseen assignment and trap set by the adversary while you sleep is intercepted and dismantled before breaching your threshold. You will no longer wake up with a clouded mind or unexplained anxiety. The clarity of your morning will be fiercely protected by the watchman stationed at your door. The third name I seal upon you is the guardian of the sovereign home. I decree that the heavy atmosphere and sudden spikes of tension that happen after dark are permanently banished from your sanctuary. Your home belongs to the light, even in the middle of the night. Every spark of conflict sown by the enemy is nullified. Your house will be a fortress of divine peace, a true sanctuary where you and your family can rest without the slightest trace of vulnerability. The seal is placed upon your doorposts right now. But before you rest in this declaration, you must understand a profound truth about the nature of this battle. Do not feel condemned because you experienced this sheer vulnerability in the dark. Even the strongest kings, the greatest prophets, and the most anointed warriors experienced this exact same terrifying vulnerability in their sleep. They knew that when their physical eyes closed, they could not rely on their own strength. They required divine intervention to survive the night. They needed a covering that did not depend on their conscious effort. This is exactly why Solomon, the wisest king to ever walk the earth, did not just pray for the morning to come. He sought, received, and recorded the divine wisdom to command peace over his household. He left behind a blueprint for activating this angelic barrier. The Code of Solomon's Wisdom is the precise instrument of deliverance designed to intercept these nocturnal attacks. It is the key that shifts you from being an unaware target to an authoritative commander of your own rest. You can continue to try and fight this spiritual exhaustion on your own, hoping the heavy chest will eventually fade, or you can step into the covering of divine protection by accepting the provided instrument of wisdom. The Code of Solomon's Wisdom is already waiting for you in the first pinned comment below this video. It is the divine lamp that permanently stations the midnight watchman at your door. It is the practical application of the Tzina, ensuring the ancient promise of a 360-degree shield becomes your nightly reality. And there is a fourth thing that no one has told you yet. A hidden detail about the exact hour the adversary chooses to strike, and how this specific instrument completely reverses his advantage. And what comes next will change how you view the darkness forever. The adversary does not operate in random bursts. He operates in highly calculated cycles. His first tactic is a direct assault on your physical rest, using the midnight hour to drain your strength before the sun even rises. This is why you experience that tossing and turning at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling while an unexplained heaviness presses down on your chest. It is a suffocating pressure designed to exhaust your body so entirely that you wake up feeling like you fought a physical war in the dark. He wants you to believe this is just natural insomnia, but it is a nocturnal ambush. His second tactic targets your mind, striking when your spiritual guard is lowered. Because the night is stolen, he ensures you carry that deep spiritual exhaustion into the morning, clouding your judgment. Every decision feels incredibly heavy. He attacks the clarity of your calling, planting seeds of anxiety while you sleep, so that when you awake, your sharp mind is bogged down by scenarios you cannot control. The third tactic is the most insidious. He creeps into your sanctuary to attack your family. He uses the vulnerability of sleep to sow tension and a heavy atmosphere in your house, a darkness that sharply spikes the moment the sun goes down. Words are suddenly misunderstood, tempers flare out of nowhere, and the peace of your home feels fragile. This unseen trap is set precisely at your doorstep, but where the adversary has tactics, Solomon left weapons. The first counterweapon within the Code of Solomon's Wisdom is the activation of the Midnight Watchman. This is not just a prayer, it is a divine instrument that permanently stations an angelic presence at your door. The moment you apply this wisdom, the heaviness on your chest lifts. The code dismantles the 3 a.m. ambush, replacing suffocating anxiety with unbroken sleep, ensuring your body finds absolute rest, completely shielded under the covering of the Most High. The second weapon is the deployment of the Tzina. This is the ancient promise of the 360-degree buckler, a shield that fully surrounds you. It covers your blind spots while you are completely unaware. When the heavy atmosphere tries to settle over your house after dark, the Tzina intercepts the spiritual assignment right at the threshold. It blocks the unseen attacks meant to disrupt your family's peace, ensuring your home remains protected. The third weapon shatters the morning confusion. It is the awakening of clarity through the 7 morning decrees. This is the exact tool Solomon used to align his mind with divine wisdom before the day began. When you wield this, you do not wake up exhausted. Your judgment is sharpened, your authority is established, and the anxiety that tried to drag you down is dismantled. You step into your day with absolute authority. To recognize the cycle of this deep spiritual exhaustion without having the exact instrument that Solomon left is to remain exposed in the dark. It is knowing the adversary is at your door, feeling the tension spike in your home, but not having the heavy lock to secure it. You cannot simply identify the 3 a.m. ambush. You must hold the divine lamp that scatters it. This is exactly why the Code of Solomon's Wisdom was prepared for you, waiting in the first pinned comment. This is the instrument of deliverance that shifts you from being a target in the night to commanding absolute peace over your household. And you receive this complete manual, along with the ritual of the righteous sleep, for less than a Thursday lunch at the diner. It is an investment in your spiritual survival that hands you the ultimate authority to reclaim your rest. And even more, there are 4 unseen portals beyond these 3 that I cannot open here, not for lack of time, for density. Each one requires its own page with the exact counterweapon. And as long as I do not hand you these 4 hidden truths here, the adversary knows them all. The guide delivers them into your hands. Because when you wake up at 3 a.m. with a racing mind and a heavy chest, when the sun goes down and the atmosphere in your home suddenly shifts into tension, and when you wake up exhausted facing a morning of clouded judgment, that is exactly when you need to know what to command. The recognition without the instrument leaves you where you have always been, knowing the enemy's name, but with empty hands. And that is why there is one last warning that must be declared before you close your eyes tonight. The adversary is listening right now, and he is terrified that you are finally recognizing his midnight patterns revealed to you today. He knows that once you hold the Tzina, his nocturnal ambush is permanently destroyed. He will try to convince you to wait, to tell yourself that you will deal with this spiritual exhaustion tomorrow. Do not accept that lie. Delay is the exact trap he uses to keep the door cracked open. The guardian angel stepped in last night to give you this window of absolute clarity. If you go to sleep tonight without sealing your home, you leave your family vulnerable. You must close the door now. Chosen one, close your eyes right now. Do not look at anything else on your screen. I want you to feel the very real presence that is entering the room you are in at this exact second. Father, in the mighty and matchless name of Jesus, I lift up this chosen one who is listening to the sound of my voice. I stand directly against every nocturnal ambush that has been assigned to steal their peace, to drain their energy, and to plant seeds of anxiety in their mind while they rest. I command that unexplained heaviness on their chest to be lifted right now by the authority of heaven. I command the tossing and turning at 3 a.m. to completely cease from this day forward. Lord, let your angelic presence form an unbreakable Tzina, a 360-degree shield, around their bedroom tonight. Let the midnight watchman be permanently stationed at their door, intercepting every single trap of the enemy before it can even cross the threshold. Let the atmosphere of their house instantly shift from heavy tension to absolute, unshakable tranquility. Cleanse the corners of their home from every unseen assignment and fill it with the heavy, glorious weight of your peace. Let the blood of the Lamb speak a better word over every doorpost and window frame of their dwelling place tonight, shutting out every whispering spirit of fear. And as we stand in this spiritual authority, feeling the atmosphere of your room change, I release 4 things over your life right now. Receive this in your spirit, because it is breaking chains as I speak. First, I release you from the crippling guilt of spiritual exhaustion. You have been carrying a heavy burden of condemnation, thinking that your constant tiredness is a sign of a lack of faith. It is not. You are allowed to be tired from battles you did not start. You are fighting unseen forces, and I release your mind from the lie that you are somehow failing God. Second, I release you from the heavy anxiety that violently spikes the moment the sun goes down. The night belongs to the Lord, not to the adversary. I break the expectation of fear right now. You will no longer dread the darkness, nor will you brace yourself for a heavy chest. The night will become your greatest sanctuary of rest. Third, I release you from the morning confusion and the clouded judgment that has been bleeding into your days. The spiritual exhaustion that has been making every decision feel like wading through deep water is completely broken. Your mind will wake up sharp, clear, and fully ready to govern your daily responsibilities. And fourth, I release you from the fear of sounding ungrateful. The adversary has whispered that you should just endure the sleeplessness quietly, making you feel ungrateful for wanting unbroken sleep. You are not ungrateful for asking for rest. Asking for unbroken sleep is not a lack of faith. It is demanding the peace that heaven already promised you. You have the right to claim the unbroken rest that belongs to the children of the Most High, but you need to understand something incredibly crucial about the warfare you have been facing recently. The adversary does not waste spiritual arrows on empty targets. He does not orchestrate a highly calculated nocturnal ambush against someone who is no threat to his kingdom. The sheer intensity of the unseen attacks at your doorstep is the exact proof of the magnitude of what you carry inside you. He attacks your sleep because he is absolutely terrified of what you will do when you are fully rested. He targets your midnight hour because he knows that your awakened clarity, fueled by the wisdom of heaven, will dismantle his entire operation against your family. The level of the ambush reveals the exact level of your calling. You have been targeted precisely because of the immense, blinding light you carry. Every time you tossed and turned at 3 a.m., it was because the enemy was desperately trying to exhaust the very strength God is going to use to elevate you to your next season. The sheer vulnerability you felt in the dark was just a sign that you are a massive priority on heaven's radar. Do not let the adversary convince you that this intense warfare means you are weak or unprotected. It means you are highly dangerous to him. It means you are on the verge of a breakthrough so massive that he had to try and stop you in your sleep. And right now, the Spirit of the living God speaks directly into your spirit. Do not just listen to my voice. Hear his voice speaking over your life right now. My child, I saw you staring at the ceiling when everyone else in the house was asleep. I felt the agonizing heaviness on your chest when you thought you were fighting entirely alone in the dark. I was there. I did not abandon you to the night. I watched every tear you swallowed, and I carefully counted every hour of unbroken sleep that was stolen from you by the enemy. I allowed the pressure to mount so you would finally understand that you cannot fight spiritual battles with your physical strength. I am handing you the key today. I am placing the instrument of my ancient wisdom directly into your hands. Do not try to rationalize the spiritual warfare anymore, and do not try to fight it on your own terms. I have already dispatched my most powerful guardian angels to intercept the assignments against your home. I have already positioned my midnight watchmen at the borders of your property. Now, you must simply do your part. Take the shield I am providing. Take the wisdom of my servant Solomon that I am offering you through this vessel today. Station the watchman at your door and rest. You will no longer fight in the dark. For I have commanded my perfect peace to surround you like an impenetrable fortress, and your sleep will finally be sweet, deep, and completely unbroken. Chosen one, you have permission to stop fighting this entirely alone. You have permission to finally lay down the weapons of your own understanding, to stop trying to figure out why your house feels so incredibly heavy after dark, and to simply pick up the divine instrument that was meticulously prepared for you. You do not have to endure another night of suffocating tension. You do not have to face another morning of clouded judgment and spiritual exhaustion. You have the absolute right to step completely out of this vicious cycle. You have permission to step entirely into the covering of divine protection, to boldly accept the code of Solomon's wisdom, and to seal your home tonight. You are allowed to let the angelic forces take over the midnight watch on your behalf. Let go of the control, let go of the relentless worry, and give yourself the permission to finally rest securely behind the Tzina. I now extend my hand toward your home and decree a covering of sealing over everything that belongs to you. Over your table, so that every meal becomes an act of communion and not of anxiety, and that the conversations that happen there are seasoned with wisdom from above. Let every corner of your dining room be cleansed from tension. I declare a covering over your children and your spouse if you have them. May your obedience this night become a mantle of protection over them. May they feel the atmosphere of your house completely change, the heavy weight lift off their shoulders, and the lightness of God enter their rooms. And I decree a covering over your work, over your hands, over every project and opportunity you touch. May the code of Solomon's wisdom that you learned here unlock divine clarity in your daily path. May your immediate obedience become your greatest qualification in the eyes of God. Chosen one, let these final words of this act sink deep into your spirit. Hear this solemn decree over your life as we seal this moment of deliverance. You are committed, you are commissioned, you are sent. I want you to visualize something very clearly tonight. I want you to see a chair pulled up right beside your bed, a reserved place. The midnight watchman is already seated there. He is not leaving when the sun comes up. His assignment is permanent. The Tzina is fully activated around your room, and your rest is now heavily guarded. The enemy who tried to drain your strength in the dark will now find a 360-degree barrier of fire. I want you to hear one thing before you close this video, because there is a phrase the adversary will whisper in your ear in the next 3 hours. The voice of God just validated your struggle, and the enemy is desperate to steal that clarity before you fall asleep. But before the phrase, there is something you need to receive. What was sealed here is now going to be tested in the next morning confusion. The Code of Solomon's wisdom is waiting for you in the first pinned comment. With the ritual of the righteous sleep and the awakening of clarity, the 7 morning decrees, for less than a Thursday lunch at the diner, because the 3 names without covering rot in the next morning confusion, and the adversary counts on that morning confusion. It is not an expense, it is an instrument. And Solomon prepared it for you to cross what is coming with a firm hand, not with an empty hand. With a full 7-day guarantee, the risk is ours, the hand is yours. Click now while the decree is still alive in your chest, not tomorrow, not after your shower, because whoever leaves it for later leaves it for never. And the adversary already knows this. In the next 3 hours he will speak inside you, not with a loud voice. In sequence, 5 short phrases. You can do this tomorrow. It is just a digital book. You already prayed, that is enough. You are too exhausted to read this now. Nothing is going to change anyway. 5 waves. He tries from 5 angles. In some, you yield. Today, now, before the next morning confusion, not later, today. And Solomon will sustain it with you. And now, the final word of this video. And in the next word that I will bring to this channel, I will deliver to you the 3 hidden signs of a spiritual ambush on your family. Whoever heard this word today needs to hear that one in sequence, because what comes now is not a continuation. It is a deepening. Click on the video that will appear on the screen in a few seconds. And still in this video, chosen one, before I seal this hour with you, I return one last time to this request. You walked with me until here. You crossed every word, every decree, every sign, and if at any moment of this message you felt heaven touch you, you know this video was no accident. The voluntary donation link continues open in the first pinned comment right below the digital book. Not as a charge, not as exchange, as the chosen ones return to the altar from which the word came forth. Any amount your heart points to, and heaven sees every gesture. Heaven sees and heaven multiplies it over your home, over your days, over what you don't yet know is coming. That was my last request. I'll wait for you there, chosen one. And before you go, think of one specific person who is also battling deep spiritual exhaustion in the dark. Share this message with them right now, and when that person opens this video, they will need what you just received, including the instrument that Solomon left. It might be what opens their cycle of peace too. If you accept this seal tonight, go to the comments and type, "My rest is protected." Don't say amen yet. Sit in this for a moment. Feel the weight of what just happened. The nocturnal ambush is broken. Now, you may say amen.